You might have noticed something curious about the way most people live today. They act as if anger, frustration, and irritation are uncontrollable forces that appear out of nowhere. A rude comment, a careless driver, a thoughtless text. Suddenly, their day is derailed. They react instantly, explode, apologize, and then do it all again tomorrow. But the truth is, there's a different way to live. A way the Stoics knew, a way that gives you power over your own mind rather than giving it away to every fleeting insult or inconvenience. Anger is not something that just happens to you. Peace is not something the world hands out to you. Both are choices. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Once you fully grasp that, you understand that no external event can provoke you unless you allow it to. Today, we will explore 6 profound Stoic truths designed to help you stop reacting mindlessly, maintain inner calm, and respond to life with mastery instead of chaos. 1. Anger comes from your interpretation, not others' actions. Most people assume that the world is responsible for their emotional storms. A driver cuts them off, and they fume. A friend forgets to reply, and they feel hurt. A coworker criticizes, and they spiral. The belief that someone else made them angry is one of the most dangerous myths we carry. The Stoics saw this clearly. Epictetus said, "It's not things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them." Every emotional surge begins in your mind, in the story you create about what happened. Someone's tone wasn't disrespectful. You interpret it that way. Someone didn't message back, not because they don't care, but because you decided it meant something painful. The events themselves are neutral. Your interpretation gives them weight. Consider this. 2 people experience the same event. One shrugs and continues, the other rages. The situation is identical. The difference is the meaning each person gives it. When you rush to the worst conclusion, your body reacts as if a threat exists. Your chest tightens, your breath shortens, your muscles tense. Not because the external world is hostile, but because your mind labeled it as such. A Stoic learns to pause. They create a small space between stimulus and reaction. In that quiet moment, they observe the rise of emotion without immediately becoming it. They ask themselves, what else could this mean? Perhaps the person is distracted, stressed, or simply unaware. Perhaps nothing was intended at all. When anger loses its certainty, it loses its power. Next time a message goes unanswered or a comment feels sharp, notice the story your mind wants to tell. Realize that the story is optional. By choosing a different interpretation, you reclaim your peace. Your anger is not caused by others. It is shaped by the meanings you assign. Own that, and you free yourself from the emotional chains of the world. 2. Reacting instantly costs you power. There is a fraction of a second where control can either be seized or surrendered. Most people give it away without realizing it. They react immediately to insults, annoyances, and provocations, giving their emotional energy to the loudest, most intrusive stimulus around them. The modern world praises speed. Quick responses, fast decisions, instant outrage. But emotionally, speed is a trap. Impulse feeds on speed, anger thrives on speed, ego dominates speed. The faster you react, the less control you have. Reacting instantly is like stepping into a storm without armor. The Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius described the importance of readiness and calm. When you slow your reaction, you place a shield between yourself and the chaos. A simple pause allows observation, clarity, and perspective. It allows you to ask, is this worth my energy? Is this really about me? Does this moment demand my reaction? Most of the time, the answer is no. Responding slowly teaches others how to treat you. If you erupt at every provocation, people learn they can trigger you. If you pause deliberately, calmly, with intention, you show that your emotional state is yours alone. Slowness is a hidden superpower in a world obsessed with speed. It grants clarity, authority, and calm. 3. People's behavior is about them, not you. One of the most liberating truths you can learn is this. Most behavior around you has nothing to do with your worth. Tone, Coldness, impatience, or inconsistency are reflections of another person's inner world, stress, insecurity, exhaustion, or unhealed wounds. Stoic detachment is not indifference. It is clarity. It is recognizing that the sharp tone or careless remark says more about the speaker than the listener. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that humans act according to their nature. Your responsibility is to maintain your own. When you internalize this, the burden of offense lifts. You stop personalizing everything. Silence replaces reactivity. Clarity replaces confusion. Compassion replaces resentment. Not the soft kind that invites weakness, but the grounded kind that protects your peace while understanding the human condition. Imagine a colleague snaps at you. The untrained mind reacts. The trained mind pauses. This is about them, not me. Suddenly, the emotional weight falls away. You regain control, and the storm of their behavior no longer determines your inner weather. 4. Anger is a sign of unpreparedness. People often misinterpret anger as a flaw of character. I am hot-headed. That's just me. The Stoics taught something more empowering. Anger is not an inherent defect. It is a signal that your mind is unprepared for reality. Marcus Aurelius began each day reminding himself that he would encounter rude, ungrateful, and difficult people. This wasn't pessimism, it was preparation. When you expect life to unfold with perfection, every slight becomes an attack. When you anticipate imperfection, setbacks, and miscommunication, you respond with awareness instead of impulse. Preparation is armor. It means anticipating your triggers, understanding your tendencies, and visualizing challenges before they happen. Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, mentally rehearsing difficulties. Modern psychology calls it stress inoculation. By imagining the worst, you train your mind to respond calmly when challenges arise. Two people walk into the same chaotic day. One is shocked by setbacks. The other navigates turbulence like a seasoned traveler. The difference is preparation. Anger is predictable when you leave your inner world unprotected. Peace is cultivated when you prepare. 5. Silence can be your greatest strength. There's a power that doesn't speak, argue, or justify. It is the power of disciplined silence. In conflicts, most people react loudly, filling every gap with noise. Anger grows in noise. Ego thrives in it. Silence, however, stars both. Intentional silence forces the other person to confront themselves. It reflects their energy back to them. Sarcastic comments, jabs, or attempts to provoke are neutralized by presence, calm, and stillness. You don't need to explain, defend, or overtalk. Your composure communicates more than words ever could. Silence protects your dignity. It shows that your peace is not negotiable, that your energy is yours to guard. It creates a boundary without hostility. It transforms conflict without confrontation. And beyond confrontation, silence fosters clarity. When you pause before speaking, your mind organizes, filters, and discerns, creating space for wisdom to guide your response. 6. Every reaction trains your discipline. Every moment you feel irritation, the rise of impatience, or the urge to lash out is a crossroads. One path strengthens your anger. The other strengthens your self-discipline. Which one you choose today determines what will come naturally tomorrow. Anger is a habit, not a fixed trait. If you've spent years snapping, defending, or overreacting, you've reinforced the pattern. But habits can be unlearned. Emotional reflexes can be retrained. Every choice to pause, to breathe, to respond calmly strengthens your inner self. Repetition becomes identity. Choose discipline today, and it becomes easier tomorrow. Challenges, provocations, and frustrations are not obstacles. They're the training ground for emotional mastery. Calmness is forged in friction, not comfort. With each moment of self-control, your nervous system strengthens, your boundaries sharpen, your mind steadies, and your presence radiates authority without aggression. People sense it. They stop attempting to trigger you because they see it no longer works. Every reaction is a lesson, a repetition, a decision about who you are becoming. And every choice of discipline over anger shapes your long-term character. You've now explored 6 transformative Stoic truths. You've learned that anger is born from interpretation, not events. Quick reactions cost your power. Deliberate responses reclaim it. Others' behavior reflects them, not you. Preparation shields your mind from unnecessary outrage. Silence can wield more influence than words. Every reaction is training for your character and discipline. These principles are not just ideas to admire. They are tools to practice. Tomorrow, when life tests your patience, pause. Breathe. Remember one of these truths. Choose a response that aligns with the person you are becoming, not the person who used to react impulsively. Carry this with you. Practice it, refine it, embody it. Every small moment builds mastery, and mastery creates a life unshaken by chaos, anchored in self-command, and guided by clarity. Stay grounded. Stay disciplined. Stay unshaken.